Today, I got to play a couple of games of the new Skirmish game mode coming to Hell Let Loose. What is Skirmish, I hear you say? And how does it compare to the existing Warfare and Offensive game modes? Let me run you through the main differences. The player count is still 50 vs 50, but instead of fighting for up to 1.5 hours like the full games of Hell Let Loose, Skirmish matches are capped at 40 minutes. In addition, the maps are smaller than the normal sized maps, and teams will be fighting over only the middle point. The winner is determined by whoever controls the capture point at the end of the 40 minutes, so you just need to capture and be in control of the point when the timer is up to win. Each side still gets a commander, but teams can only have one medium tank and one recon squad. The commander still has all of the abilities, like the bombing run, the precision strikes and airheads, and they still need resources, so they need nodes for those abilities. But there is no artillery on the maps in the Skirmish game mode, so munitions needed for the certain commander abilities will be more readily available. The other big change is that garrisons are replaced with forward positions. These look and operate like mini garrisons. They cost 50 supplies to build in friendly territory and 100 supplies to build in enemy territory like normal garrisons, but they can be built within 140 meters of each other, unlike garrisons which have to be 200 meters apart. This is because the Skirmish game mode grid squares are smaller than the regular map grid squares. Team 17 describes Skirmish as a gateway experience for new players of Hell Let Loose. This game allows players to get straight into the action and experience some of the core mechanics of Hell Let Loose with fewer moving parts. One of the observations or criticisms of Hell Let Loose from some players have been that it is a bit of a walking simulator or running simulator. You run for ages and then get popped by an enemy you can't even see. The solution to this has always been to work with your squad and team to stay alive longer and build spawn points like outposts and garrisons closer to the front lines or to the area that you're defending so you can stay close to the action, even if you die quite often. Now, although the distances you'll be covering are much shorter in Skirmish, spawn points are still incredibly important, because if you only have one available or they're all bunched up on one side of the map, your team's approach will be pretty obvious, and with 50 enemy players focused on a smaller area of the map, your chances of getting spotted and shot in fact are increased. So how does Skirmish game mode compare to the other game modes in Hell Let Loose? Well, it's certainly faster paced, you'll spend a lot less time running around, but probably dying just as much. The games I played were a bit chaotic, as it seems you need to expect quick counterattacks in the Skirmish game mode. If your squad managed to capture a building or take an enemy outpost out, you need to remember that their other spawn points, the new forward positions, could be much closer than you might expect, as the enemy will be able to use those spawn points and attack your positions much quicker. From the couple of hours I played of Skirmish, I think it will be an interesting addition to Hell Let Loose, and it will give players a more action-packed version of the game to try before jumping into the full-scale matches. But I don't see this as a replacement for Warfare or Offensive game mode. Team 17 stipulated that this is not their plan either. They will still be developing new full-scale Warfare and Offensive game mode maps in the future, but Skirmish simply offers players a shorter mode where their fighting takes place in a more concentrated area. Think the last 10 minutes of a final objective of the Offensive game mode match, where the attacking team is throwing everything including the kitchen sink at the defenders, and the defenders are clinging on for dear life. Although the Skirmish mode, both teams are attacking and defending at the same time, trying to wrestle control of the capture point. Like I said a bit earlier, it's a bit chaotic, but still has all the flavour of Hell Let Loose. That being said, I probably say that I'm more of a Warfare and Offensive game mode kind of guy, but Skirmish could be a nice addition to the game for those who want a bit of Hell Let Loose light.
Okay, destroy 2 of these. Need more supplies in there. They're dropping supplies on top of us. Around here. You can go.
Yeah, try and get him. Also drop your explosive ammo so we can get more smoke grenades.
Yeah, the PTSH is different too.
Bit more grungy, a bit more raw.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a good thing.
I died at 10% with
The
supply
roof, the
truck
roof.
is
Church roof.
also the garrison.
Guy south.
Yeah, south of you guys. Where the truck is? Yeah. It's one square. There's infantry east of the opening.
A few moments later.
Ooh.
Contact.
Alright,
Just here.
that spawn is getting camped.
Contact. Contact. Building.
Dropping supplies. They're dropping supplies.
Let's spawn.
Wait. It's about
Or is the open
7
safe?
on Echo 7.
What's on Echo 7?
Supplies
There's one
dropping.
on my big.
I'm chasing.
Yeah, one on my body in the building.
Gary, here, my pink. Taking it out. Gary, gone. Taking supplies out. Destroy it.
We almost broke point.